Hi there, I'm Ben from Memberium, and in this video guide I'm going to show you how to upgrade from MemberPress to Memberium. I'm not going to cover all the details in every single step in the migration, but I'm going to cover most of the points to get you to the spot where you can then pick up on our Getting Started videos and you can further understand how to set up Memberium. But no, the migration from MemberPress to Memberium is very simple. The process of any migration to Memberium is really 3 steps. First, you need to migrate your contacts to Infusionsoft. The next thing is you need to migrate your content. That's your, whatever you're selling on your membership side. You need to migrate that so it's protected by Memberium. And then lastly, you need to migrate your billing and your subscriptions. With MemberPress, all of your contacts, they're stored in WordPress. That's perfect. You don't really need to do anything. We will need to import them into Infusionsoft, and I'm going to show you how to do that step by step. We'll also be able to actually allow members to keep using their existing password. So nobody's going to need to change their password, and there won't be any forced password reset. So that's great. When it comes to migrating your content, all your content should already be inside of WordPress itself. So the only thing you're going to need to do is go through and reprotect your content with Memberium, and I'm going to show you how to do that as well. It's very simple. Lastly, all the billing, it's typically handled in the MemberPress plugin. So we'll cover some of the options that are available to you in terms of switching billing to Infusionsoft, which is what we recommend. So without delaying this any further, let's just start on step 1, and that's migrating your contacts. So the first step is to actually get all of your members into Infusionsoft. Now the way we do this is that we come over here into MemberPress and in the Members section, and you'd probably have a lot more members than I do, but if you can see here we have our IDs, emails, subscriptions, and then here it says memberships too. So we would have all of our members here, and what you can do is just export the entire table as a CSV. So once we do that, we're going to get this download right here, and that's our CSV file, but we actually need to make one simple change, and I'm going to explain that to you now. Okay, so I've actually opened up that CSV file here in Google Sheets. This is a free kind of Excel editor here, and I'm using this to explain to you the issue that we have with this CSV file as is. So as you can see here under the memberships, this is like the memberships column here, so it would show you what memberships each user has. You can see it doesn't actually say my membership level. If I come back over here to MemberPress, you can see it's a gold membership level, but in the CSV file, it's actually just showing a 10. Now the way that 10 is coming from, it's actually coming here from the ID of the membership. So it's not giving us the title, it's just giving us the ID, but that's not going to work for our import. So what you'll need to do is actually come through here and replace the ID with the membership name. And essentially what's going to happen is whatever you type in here, that's going to be created as a tag in Infusionsoft. So it's important that you name it something that's not too long, but it's descriptive enough that you understand what it is. So in my case, since I'm selling a gold membership, I'm just going to rename this to gold membership. Now the easiest way to do that is to come over here to edit and then find and replace, and then you can just do find 10 and replace with gold membership. Of course, you'd put your membership name there, and then you can just press find and it's going to show you where it is, and we'll just press replace, and that's actually it. So there's no more entries. Now one quick tip, if you have other areas in here, you can simply just select the column like this, then come to the find and replace, and it's only going to affect that column. So if you had an ID that was maybe in another number somewhere else, it wouldn't actually replace that. So just select the column up there and then you'll be all set. So once you've edited that, and again you can do that in Excel or you can do that in the free Google Sheets editor, you'll simply come down here, just press download, and then download that as a CSV file like so. Then head over here into Infusionsoft, come up here to the main navigation, and then come over here to the admin panel and just press import data. That's right here, and we're just going to just select contacts and we'll press the go button, and we'll upload our CSV file. So I've gone ahead and uploaded my CSV file, and I'm going to hit next, and here it's going to start asking us to match the fields from the CSV to fields that are inside of Infusionsoft. So I'll walk you through a couple of these now, and you don't have to match everything. So when it comes to the name right here, you can just simply not match this one, since we're already going to match first name and last name, and that's how we want that. So we want the first name from MemberPress to go to the first name field here inside of Infusionsoft. So you can match other fields if you had like any custom type fields, but the main thing here is where it says memberships, we're going to want to do create tags from your fields. And what this is going to do is what we updated earlier in the CSV file, it's now going to create a tag and it's going to apply that tag to the user. So ours says gold membership, yours will say whatever membership you're creating, and Infusionsoft is going to automatically create those tags for the user right here. So there's one last thing, and you can feel free to match more of these fields if you'd like. You don't really need to though. Where it says additional field matching options, if you scroll down here, we're going to want to set a default value. So we'll come here to the Infusionsoft field and we're going to scroll down just a little bit. It's going to be under the additional information section, and you're going to want to click the password here. In the default value, type in all caps password underscore placeholder. Just like that. So password underscore placeholder. Now what this does real quickly is it allows members to keep their existing passwords. Since your users have passwords already in WordPress, now they are hashed, so we can't see the passwords themselves. By putting this password placeholder here, when a user logs into the site, Memberium is going to copy their password here into the password field. But it only works if the password placeholder is in place. So once you've done that, you can press next. And here's going to ask if you have permission to send marketing emails to these contacts. So if you do, select yes. And now you can actually preview the import right here. So I don't have, only really but one real contact. The other one was my admin contact. So you can see the contact ID, that's just going to be automatically generated since we didn't set that up. But the first name and the last name look correct. The tag is correct. That's my gold membership tag. My email came through. My username came through, and my password is password placeholder just as we want. So since everything looks good there, you can press the done button, and now it's going to run through the import. Now if you have a lot of contacts, it may take a minute to do the import, and so if it does, just give it some time, and then you can view the list of contacts you just imported to make sure everything looks good. So here it is. Here's one of my first contacts. So if you click on the contact and we come over here to the tag tab, you can see that I have that gold membership tag. So that's exactly what we want. Okay, and that's really all there is to actually migrating your contacts into Infusionsoft. So the next thing that we want to do is actually migrate our content. Now this step, it's super simple. Since all of our content's already in WordPress, you're not going to need to port anything over into WordPress. All you're going to need to do is reprotect your content with Memberium. Now, Memberium is slightly different from MemberPress in that we don't use this rules tab right here. We don't use this. Rather, we use tags to protect content. So membership levels are made up of tags that are in Infusionsoft. And this means by having, for example, the gold membership tag in Infusionsoft, we're going to have a gold membership level. I'm going to show you how to create membership levels now. So by coming over here to Memberium and then the memberships tab right here, you're going to see that I don't have any membership levels. Now, if I wanted to quickly create a membership level, I could just type in the name right here and just press create, and Memberium would take care of creating all the tags. But the thing is, we don't want to do that. Since Infusionsoft has already created these tags for us, we want to use this existing tag. So to do that, we're going to press the create new membership level button right here. So once we click on that, we can name our membership. I'm just going to name it gold. And then the access tag, here is where we're going to search for the tag name that Infusionsoft created for us. Now, in my case, the tag isn't actually showing up, and this might be a common problem for you. So the first thing you need to do is come over here to the Memberium support tab, and then click on the dashboard button right up here at the top, and then press the synchronize Infusionsoft button. Once you've done that, you should be able to come back over here, and you'll be able to see your newly created tag. So Memberium syncs these tags once every 12 hours, but if you create a new tag in Infusionsoft and it's not showing up in Memberium, just follow the steps I just showed you. So once we have the access tag set up, that's really all we need to do. You can come back to the payment failure and all these other settings later on. So at the bottom, we'll press create new membership level. And there it goes. There's our membership level, gold membership. So to actually protect content, we can actually come over to our posts or our pages, however you have it set up. You would go to edit your post right here, for example, and then over on the side here, you'll scroll down to the content protection box and simply check the membership level in which you're wanting to protect. Now, I've also linked below some additional ways that you can protect your content, since there's a lot of other options here, but the membership level is the easiest one, and that's what we'll cover for now. So you'll want to do this for all of your content, and if you have multiple membership levels, you can, check the correct ones that correspond to the correct content. Now, if you have questions about protecting your content, join us on office hours. Again, that's a twice weekly call where you can speak with me and members from the Memberium support team. On top of that, if you need help sooner, reach out to us by sending us an email to support@memberium.com so we can assist you in protecting your content. And that's really all there is to actually migrating your content. So your content's already here, it's just a matter of re-protecting it. And now, let's look at the last step together, and that's migrating your billing. So we already have all of our contacts and our content moved over. It's now time that we move the billing to Memberium and Infusionsoft. First things first, Memberium itself, we don't process payments. Rather, we integrate with Infusionsoft, and they're the ones who will handle the payments for us. On the other hand, MemberPress, as you're probably aware, integrates directly with Stripe and PayPal. So they don't integrate with the CRM to process payments. They're doing it right through the plugin. The issue with that is that due to PCI compliance and regulations, it's very unlikely that Stripe or PayPal is actually going to hand over the credit card information from your customers. And without that payment information, there isn't really any method to actually import the existing subscriptions from MemberPress into Infusionsoft. So with that being said, here's what we recommend on how to get your users to re-sign up, to re-add their credit card on your site so that you can start billing them through Infusionsoft and the new system. The first thing you're going to do is set up a page using our add credit card shortcode. Go ahead and just come over here into WordPress, go to Pages, and then Add New. I'm just going to go ahead and title my page Add Credit Card and Get 30 Free Days. Now, if you're going to use option 1, which I'm about to show you, you don't really need this 30 free days, but I'm going to leave it there for now. Here, just in the content of the page, go ahead and just paste that shortcode which you've copied from below this video or from our documentation, and then you can actually just hit the Publish page. If we actually view the page, you can see that it does need a little bit of styling here. Looks like I might be missing a couple of things, but for the most part, here's what the form is going to look like. And it's going to pull all this styling from your theme. So depending on what theme you're using, this will look better. But as you can see, it's a very simple form. They can type in their number, they choose the card type, enter all their information, including the address and billing info, and they press submit, and that's going to send it right to Infusionsoft. Now here's where we come to a crossroads. If you're going to just go with option 1, and I'm about to describe that, here's what you're going to do. You're going to leave this form as is. You'll delete the 30 days right here, and you're just going to leave this form as is. Now that's all that your customers are going to have to do. You're going to send a link to this page to your customers, to your members. They're going to update their card on their end, and that's it. On your end, however, you're going to have to go through and manually go into Infusionsoft and create all the subscriptions. That means you'll need to come over into Infusionsoft, come down here to Orders, and you'll basically create a new order right down here. You'll add a subscription, you'll need to select the plan and the product, and you'll have to do this manually for each user. Where it says credit card, you should see their credit card added here since they have updated that through the form that we just created. So you'll set all the price and everything, you can set the start date, and you can do this manually. Now, if you have under 100 members, this may be the best and the simplest way to go, because doing this, you can actually set the start date correctly. So for example, if they were last billed on a monthly subscription on the 11th, well then you could actually manually set this as the 11th. But if they were last billed, on the 8th, well, you could manually change that. So that's how that works. That's going to give you the most control over the subscription process. However, if you have a lot of subscriptions, that's really not going to work. It's going to take a lot of time to go through and manually create all of these. And that's where we come to option 2. Option 2 is going to be where we create this form right here, and when it's submitted, it's actually going to automatically start a subscription. As I've outlined here in the documentation, the downside to this option is that if your members have recently paid for a 30-day plan and they're only 15 days in, they're not going to like that they already have to pay again. They're essentially losing 15 days, right? So you can mitigate that problem. You can solve it by simply giving 30 free days before they actually get billed. Not only does it solve the problem that I've just described, but it's also going to reward your members for the slight inconvenience of having to re-enter their credit card. Now, I'm going to show you how to set that up right now. The first thing you do is come back over into Infusionsoft, come up here to the main navigation, go to CRM, and then Settings right here. On the side, you're going to click the Action Sets button. Then you'll press Add Action Set, and that's going to bring up this new window right here. And you're going to type in a name for this action set. I'm just going to name mine Gold Membership, and then we'll call this Re-Add Credit Card with Bonus. So I'm making it very descriptive so I know exactly what it is. Under the Actions tab, I'm going to go ahead and click Create an Order. And where it says Free Trial Days, I'm just going to type in 30, and then I'm going to press Save. Now, it's not fully set up. We need to press edit to actually add our subscription. So here, I'll find my subscription. This is just set up through Infusionsoft. We're going to click the gold every month. That's my monthly subscription. And we're going to press this add button right here. So you can see right here we have gold every month. It's going to create this subscription for them, and it's also going to give them 30 free days. And just so you know, you don't have to use 30. You can use 60 if you wanted. You could use 15. Completely up to you. So once you're done with that, go ahead and press save, then save one more time. Now click right here where it says ID. Just go ahead and sort by ID, and since this is the latest one that we just created, you're going to see that it's at the very top. So the ID here is 997. We're going to need to make note of that. If we come back over here to this page inside of WordPress, the add credit card and get 30 free days, we're going to want to modify this shortcode just slightly. We're going to type in action_IDs equals and then the ID of your action set. So in this case, mine is 997. So we'll go ahead and type in 997, and there you go. That's all that has to be done. So now we'll update the page, and then anytime somebody actually fills out this form, they're going to trigger that action set, which is going to start them a subscription with 30 free days, and then it's going to start billing them recurring, whatever the price that you've set up in Infusionsoft. One thing to note here is that you're going to want to only have this page sent to users that need to actually sign up for this offer here. So don't publish this publicly or anything, and try to make sure that members only do this once. You can easily explain to them right at the top by just adding a note that really explains the whole 30 free days and everything. You can say, you know, for the inconvenience, we're going to give you 30 free days. Add your credit card here. Only submit this form once. If you have questions, reach out to our support team. Something very similar to that, and that should be enough to let members know that if they need to update their credit card, they can do that through the other payment details page. So you'll only send this page out just through an email or something. And so that's really all there is to the billing steps right there. So regardless of whether you choose to just create the subscriptions manually or you can use that automated method I just showed you, the point here is that members should add their card and then they should be able to resume their billing without any hassle at all. And that's really all there is to this migration. So I haven't covered every single step, and that's just because everyone's site is slightly different and it all has, you know, unique characteristics. So if you want to discuss your site specifically, I'd ask you to go register for our twice weekly office hours call. It's a live webinar style call where we can answer your questions, your concerns right live, and we can share screens if we need to. So you can register by clicking the link below this video that I've included for you. And if you need immediate help, reach out to our support team. Don't wait for the office hours call. Just go ahead and send us an email to support@memberium.com. Thank you, and I look forward to answering any questions that you might have.